Hello, my friends. Today we are going to learn about Botox and face sculpting and how they can be friends, and it doesn't have to be one or the other. And they actually benefit each other a lot. Me personally, I like to go more of the natural, holistic route. So Botox isn't something that's really on my radar of something that I want to do in the near future. But we do have a lot of clients who love their Botox. They don't want to give it up, and that's cool. That's cool. But Botox doesn't always get rid of everything. And sometimes if the wrinkles have been there for a very long time, then they can only do so much with it. They can lighten them. So I'll have clients come in and like, is this gonna like make my Botox work more, or is it gonna get rid of it? Well, it's gonna diminish it. So if you want to come see us, you need to come see us before you get Botox. And I'll say to my clients, I'm like, okay, well, I mean, you still have wrinkles though. So do you want to keep the wrinkles and the Botox right now? Or do you want to get rid of the wrinkles? And then when the wrinkles are gone, then you go get the Botox. And I know there's different styles that people like. You know, when I see people with Botox, I like it when their face moves a little bit because they can be more animated and stuff. But some people do like that frozen look. But the thing is, if you're gonna freeze your face, let's make sure all the wrinkles are out of it. Also, I hear a lot of people who are just, you know, uneducated on it, and they hear Botox so much that they think it does everything. They're like, oh, I have this sunspot, like I need to get Botox for it. No, that doesn't work. Or, oh, my cheeks are falling down, I need to get Botox for it. Nope, also doesn't work. Oh, my chin, it's starting to hang down, I'm starting to get a little bit of this, my neck, I need to get Botox for it. No, my friend, it doesn't work. So today we have registered nurse Kaya and owner of Vitality IV Bar in Indianapolis with us to kind of share a little bit more about Botox, its benefits, what it is and can be used for. And then she's about to get a face sculpting session because it's almost time for her next Botox session. And we're gonna get her face all glowing, these cheekbones lifted, this jawline tight, any of these like little fine lines. She doesn't have much, but we're gonna get rid of them. So then when she does do her next Botox session, everything is tight and wrinkles are gone and everything is glowing, and then she can freeze everything perfectly sculpted.
Hi, I'm Kaya, registered nurse and owner of Vitality IV Bar. Last week we talked about IV hydration, and if you guys didn't see that video, make sure you check it out. Today we're going to talk about something else that we offer at Vitality IV Bar, something that I have been personally getting for over the last 5 years, and that is Botox. So first today we're going to talk about Botox and what it is used for, and where I like to inject it personally on my own face. First, I like to start right between my eyes and the brow area right here. By doing this, I'm helping to decrease movement, reducing and softening those lines in between your eyes right here. And then next, I like to move into the forehead here to get rid of those Venetian blinds, as I like to call them, so those lines of the forehead. And then of course, I like to move into the crow's feet around here, help get rid of those. And then for those looking for a little more feminine, I like to add a little brow arch into the brow. So I'm about to turn 40, and I've had Botox for several years now. While there are many benefits to it, there are several things that it cannot change. So I'm super excited today because I'm going to learn about non-invasive face sculpting and all the benefits it can provide for me. So this is my before, and as you guys can see, I have a little bit of makeup on, some tinted moisturizer, and some eye makeup, and I'm just super excited to see what the face sculpting is going to do for me.
For the non-invasive face sculpting, using frequency-specific microcurrent. So first we're going to polish very lightly all over the skin, and I can actually feel where certain muscle spasms are or would be, and where certain stuff is built up in the face. So we're making new collagen, new elastin, increasing circulation, increasing lymph flow, helping to clear out those sinuses. And she doesn't have eye bags yet, but she's got the little crunchies under there that if we didn't take care of them now, they would turn into it. So she came at just the right time. We want to get in and take care of that stuff before we can visually see it on the face. So one place we get a lot of knots is right here, a little nasolabial fold. And that's just because we talk a lot. And a lot of places will try to fill that up with different types of filler The problem that I've experienced with that in working on face sculpting clients, especially if people are more expressive or talk a lot more for work, sometimes that filler will move to this side or to the other side. And I'll show you an example of this right here. And I did a bit too much here, and it actually exaggerated, as you can see, the lines in here because the filler moved to this side and really gave him almost a pre-jowly look. So when we get rid of the stuff that's around here and relax out that little muscle spasm, see how we're really starting to see more of a tight jawline there. We're gonna carve out some of these cheekbones. Another thing that is really great, and like Kaya said, she loves giving that little bit of a more feminine eyebrow arch in her clients. We can actually do a much more extreme eyebrow arch with the face sculpting. And then if you are a Botox fan like Kaya, or you can go see Kaya and she can do a little bit more and freeze it a little more. Mine will usually stay for a year or so. It depends on how many angry faces or stressed out I've been at the time, because it's all about how much we're working these muscles that make that line, and that's the whole point of Botox, is keeping us from moving it so we don't make those lines. So sometimes when I'm in more stressed out times than others, I do have to do a bit more face sculpting to keep those 11s away. So if she likes that eyebrow, girl, she is gonna be so excited when she does her little brow arch next time. And she was expressing to me how one of the reasons that's her favorite is she has more hooded eyes, and sometimes it's hard to get that lift and openness with just the Botox. It does help. And we can see when she smiles a little bit, she does have a little bit of the crow's feet coming back. One of the ways that we help to get rid of that is the same thing that's going to help get rid of like eye bags, which she doesn't have yet, but the same thing that is causing this, if we don't get rid of it, it can eventually turn into eye bags. We're getting rid of this stuff that shouldn't be there in here, and especially in here. It's just naturally enhancing and showing off her gorgeous bone structure. Another thing Kaya had mentioned to me in our consultation is she had filler quite a while ago, and her results have actually lasted a long time. How long would you say that they've lasted?
It's been over 2 years now.
That's awesome.
Almost 3. Yeah, it'll actually be 3 in March.
So exciting, and they do look full and beautiful. There's a slight bit of asymmetry. One thing that we can do after people get filler, because sometimes it'll migrate to one side or the other or down, is we can actually push it right back into the lips with the microcurrent, which keeps your filler looking fresh and perfect. Sometimes when people get them filled quite a lot, this can get filled up, this little ridge in here, which helps to create that beautiful Cupid's bow. So when we're putting everything back in, not only will the lips be fuller, and it will also help with the nasolabial fold here. They'll be more symmetrical. Another concern Kaya mentioned, which she obviously still has a beautiful jawline, but she's telling me it just used to be tighter. And a lot of times when people think that they have a double chin or the face is more full, especially in this hormone area, they'll think it's fat, but it's not. It's just hormonal inflammation and kind of feels like gravel moving out of the face. But when we move this gravel out of the face, see how her beautiful cheekbones are just popping out more and more. We can lift this neck. We actually do have about 50% girls and guys. And in Miami, surprisingly enough, I actually had more men clients than I did women. Now that I feel like we've shared quite a bit with you, I'm gonna put my full focus back on Kaya, and I'm gonna finish my art piece for the day. We're about halfway done. One thing I do want to mention, if you do have Botox or fillers and want to experience all of the amazing benefits of face sculpting and how it can bring out the best in the face, it is really important to go to a microcurrent specialist who is experienced in it. You don't want to do this right after your Botox. It will help to diminish it, except if we're going back to lift a brow. So sometimes we have these muscles in here are stronger on one eye than the other. And we could do Botox completely right, but if this muscle is stronger, this one is going to kind of sit lower because this one's going to be easier to lift. So if you're having Botox and you feel a little bit uneven, you know, wait for it to settle for a couple weeks and we can just do a little lift and do a little lift and put it right where you want it to be. Another really amazing benefit with the face sculpting is that we can actually lift the brows so much that it shrinks the forehead. So sometimes as our skin gets loose, you know, especially our forehead gets a ton of sun, then everything can kind of slide down a little bit. Like you can see on her, like all of the little fine lines are almost completely gone and we're not even finished with the hour yet. You can also see this brow is a little more lifted. It's really just that quick. We're not gonna leave her like that. We're definitely gonna even her out before she goes home. And this is a big thing for gentlemen too, as well, because sometimes gentlemen can appear that they're balding or they have a receding hairline, but it's actually just their brow lowering because of certain muscles and from sun damage. And when we lift that, as you can see, a ton of those pictures on the website, ellabardo.com. It makes such a difference. A lot of people think they have a receding hairline, but it's actually just a dropped brow. And one thing I have helped with, and you know, I just do what I do and help and lift it and make it better, but I have had quite a few clients who are older who have a dropped brow from Botox. And could you explain like a little bit more about like what that is, how that happens?
So with getting your Botox, you have muscles that either relax or tighten depending on where you inject. So they lift or they drop. So that's why it's really important just to go to somebody who knows the muscles to know exactly where they inject and what they're going to do. So if you get somebody who drops, so say your frontalis muscles a lot, you're going to get that heavy brow. If you don't support it through your brow muscles, which are your procerus and your corrugators, then those frontalis muscles drop down and the corrugators and the procerus don't push it back up. So it's just really important to know your anatomy and what you're doing when you inject and what the effects is going to be from it. So with Botox, we're tightening the muscle or relaxing the muscle. You're not doing that to the skin. So if you already have loose skin, I can only tighten the muscle around the skin, not the skin itself.
So another thing that I notice in a lot of clients, especially more so on the left side, you see how there's like a little bit of vein that we see in here? And I have actually had clients tell me that they have went to a plastic surgeon and asked to have that removed, and that's blood supply to your face. There, you know, anybody who knows what they're doing is not going to remove that, as her surgeon was like, yeah, we're not doing that. One way to help it though is to increase the collagen and elastin in the skin. So when we increase the collagen, we increase the elastin, we're increasing the cellular integrity, then it's going to get lighter and lighter because the skin over top is thicker. And see this side, I mean, you can't see it at all. And this is the side with less sun damage.
I think one of the things we were talking about earlier that will be really beneficial for a lot of clients that are looking for, Botox to help smooth out lines is I always try to explain to people, I can't stop a line that's already formed. So the best wrinkle is the wrinkle you never have, right? So that's what Botox is supposed to decrease the movement, to help smooth that line out a little bit and to prevent it from getting any worse. But being able to smooth those lines before you come in would be so beneficial because you can get them smooth here with the facial sculpting and then come to me and help to not prevent it from happening again. And I think that was where us working together could be so amazing for everybody.
Okay, we are almost at our hour. It's always so hard for me to stop the first time because I just want to get it all out of the face at once. But, it didn't show up in our face all overnight. So while I can do amazing things in an hour, I can do amazing things even in a half hour. You can't get rid of like a whole life's worth of junk in your face in just an hour. So a lot of times people will want to get more. The eyebrows are the nipples of the face, so they say. So it's important for them to sit pretty.
So true. All right, so I am all done and I am super, super excited about my results. So as you guys, the first thing I noticed, first of all, is I have really bad pores in through here that have tremendously lightened up. And then after looking at my before and after pictures, just realizing the difference that it made in my jawline, and actually my jaw, it's like right here is my chin, softening that, giving it a very much more feminine look. And then of course my least favorite feature on my entire face is my nose. And it was so amazing that this has softened up my broken bump. And then even the tip, which again is nothing that was done invasive to change that, but just clearing that all out has actually lifted the tip of my nose a little bit and just given me a little better profile than I've ever had before, probably my entire life. Overall, I feel like my face is back to what it looked like when I was a lot younger, just that fullerness in my cheekbones and not having that sunken in right through here. Softening of all the lines around here and through here, which I had paid for filler to go in here before. And look, there's no need. You don't even see them. You just see these nice, luscious cheekbones. And then let's not forget these brows. So these brows are definitely lifted up. Like I talked about in the video, I've got those sunken eyelids, and I love having this little brow lift just to pop that open. So overall, I am super excited. I'm super happy with the results, and I cannot wait for more.